Hello, hello. Good morning. How is everyone? Welcome to our live stream. So we're Grafton Branch Homestead. This is our Sunday morning live stream. And we have something fun we're going to do this morning. So first of all, we got a few people in here. It looks like Mr. Landfill. Hello. We got Berna. Good to see you. Hey, Willie's in here. Can you eat 5x5? Thank you, Mr. Landfill. And then it looks like we got Psych in here too. Awesome. So we're going to hop right into today's live stream. And today we have a DIY. And so we're going to do something kind of fun. This is a project you can do if you're short on time. You need a gift that's kind of cool to give to someone, or maybe you're going to a potluck, or you have a special meal and you want to do a cool dessert. This is
Christmas dessert.
Yeah, maybe this is something kind of different, and so I thought it would be fun to do. So this is a no-bake dessert. Doesn't take very long, other than a couple hours in the fridge, and you can do it kind of on the fly. So let's see here. The famous Farmer Casey. Yes. All right. So do you know what we're making?
Some sort of I don't know.
You don't know. Casey doesn't know what we're making either.
I want to say this is chocolate.
So this is a dessert that when I looked up, I found, depending on who you ask, it's either Italian or Greek. And it's a chocolate salami. So today we're going to make a chocolate pistachio salami, which sounds, ugh, but we'll find out. Okay. You ready? So let me show first here real quick. So these are some of our ingredients that we have. I don't know how well everyone can see.
This is cream or milk.
Look, there's some loofahs. So this is milk. We need a little bit of just milk. We need some unsalted butter. We have graham crackers. You can use any types of cookie you'd like. Dark chocolate. I have some roasted pistachios. And we have powdered sugar. What's that? So we do need certain amounts. Yep. We'll talk about that. So first, I'm going to set the camera up, and then we'll talk about that. Okay. Okay. So if you look on the description down below, I left a recipe for it, and it makes 2. We're just going to make 1 this morning. So we're going to do half that recipe. So depending on how many you want to make, you just multiply those amounts. Okay. I'm going to grab the camera.
Really excited.
You're really excited? It should be tasty, I think. And I'm going to try and flip it around.
I have had salami and here's butter. So
well, it's not so.
Now I have chocolate salami. So now I'm happy.
Okay, there we go. I think we got the camera flipped around now. And look at our messy kitchen. All right, so we got our different ingredients here. And first, we're going to go ahead and start by, we need to get our double broiler. We have a little bit of twine, yeah. We need to get our double broiler going here. So we're going to come over here to our stove. And we got, yep, do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah, it's when you put the bowl on top.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of water. And it doesn't
Are we going to melt the chocolate
we are going to melt the chocolate.
So is our first step?
That's the first step. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a glass bowl here in our pot with some water in there. That way the chocolate doesn't burn. Why don't you grab that butter first? Let's throw the butter in. And I'm going to talk about amounts as we go.
The whole stick?
The whole bit. So right here we have 3 tablespoons of butter. So each salami is going to have 3 tablespoons. The recipe for 2 down below calls for 6. But so we're going to let that start to melt a little bit. And then when this starts to melt, we'll put the chocolate in. Let me grab the camera stand. Hi, Solo. Check out these loofahs. All right. Here, hold this and look at the butter while I set this up. We might make you guys dizzy a little bit today. Definitely. We'll try and be smoother. Let me put it on the stand so a little smoother.
So I'm guessing we're going to let this melt and then we'll put in our chocolate?
So we're going to let it get, kind of melted down. We want to add our chocolate and the butter together. And we're going to get it to a nice smooth consistency.
Should I put it on the sides?
No, it's okay. It'll go. It'll start as that water heats up, melting quite a bit more. So we got 3 tablespoons of butter. Here I have 120 grams of dark chocolate. And these are just, you can use milk, I guess, if you like. These are chocolate chips. Oh, who did I steal that from? I don't know if you guys hear Spicy Mom in the background. So we're going to add 125 grams of our dark chocolate. And we're going to get that going to a...
Ooh, look at it. It's already
It's already starting to melt. Very good. All right. Let me grab some of our next things we'll need to add once we got that going. Here we have some of our homemade vanilla. This has been going for a full year now. And let's see, this one I think is the rum. Yeah, so this one was done in a spiced rum. We also have some that were done in a vodka. But we're going to use a little bit of that.
Wait, vanilla extract has liquor in it?
Yep, that's how you get it extract. So you don't want to drink like a lot of it. We just use a little bit, and when you cook with it, the alcohol comes off. But we'll just use a little bit. So this recipe, something we're not going to add, but I'll mention it come time, is if you'd like, you can also add like a coffee or liqueur to it or something like that to give it a little extra, depending on who you're giving it to, what you're doing with it. We're not going to add any of that to it. So we're just going to use a little bit of vanilla, some milk, and salt here.
Just trying to get this butter.
That's okay. Let it melt. It'll take a minute. I'll turn that up a little bit. This is the part that takes the longest. Give me that rum, yum, yum, Willie says. Yeah, you can add a liquor to it as well. I guess a lot of times people do.
Whenever I watch baking challenges like on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Whenever they make chocolate, this is how they make it.
In the double broiler?
Yeah, and
do you know why you do that?
So the chocolate doesn't burn.
Yeah, because if it's right against that heat. So this is the same way when I melt the wax for candles or soap.
Yeah.
You do that same thing, so you don't want it right on the heat element.
And there's
Whip your head a little bit.
There's always like a whole bunch of like little baking tricks that I always want to try.
So we want to get this to a nice, smooth consistency. Yeah. So we'll get it going real good. This recipe here is no bake. Then I guess this isn't baking, but the only cooking is melting it and then toasting the pecans in this case.
Are we going to put in
homemade eggnog? Well, that sounds good. I've never done that.
Pecans in here?
We're going to put pecans in ours. So you can also use almonds or some other type of nut. Or not pecans. Did I say pecans?
Yeah.
I always say that wrong. Pistachios. You like pistachios.
I wonder how this tastes.
So we have here pistachios, and these I've roasted.
Just chocolate.
The chocolate?
Will it just taste like frozen chocolate?
No, maybe. So the pistachios I roasted or toasted. I threw on a baking pan in the oven with the broiler on high for about 10 minutes and shook them up. And then I put them in a bag, and I rolled them kind of to knock off any shell. And then I put them in here. And so we'll add that too. The other ingredient that is in this, and I thought this sounded kind of strange, but we'll find out, is it says, now the recipes I found said to use biscuits. And because of where it comes from, I found out from watching, you want to add probably a cookie or something like that. It should be a good one, Mr. Landfill. I hope you enjoy. We're using graham crackers. I thought that would pair really good. I saw some where people used Oreos or they used let's leave that there. Sure. Or they used even Ritz crackers I saw, but depending on the flavor. But we thought graham crackers would be good in ours.
I want a sweet one.
All right, let me check here. And once we got this melted, we're going to pull it off the heat and add our other ingredients. And we want to let it cool just a little bit because we're adding these graham crackers. If we put it in when it's real hot, it's going to kind of make them mushy. We don't want that. So let me step you over to the side for a case while that keeps going. And these graham crackers we're going to crush up in here. Okay. And so we want not real small, but maybe like that big. Okay. So I'll let you get to that. And we're just going to make a single one here today. We'll make more probably later. But now the only part of this that does require a little bit of time is it does need to set and refrigerate for 2 to 3 hours. So we've used a little camera magic and midnight oil here to get that process done. I have. That's what that was. Yep. So I was up toasting pistachios at probably like, I think it was 12:45, 1 o'clock.
That's good.
Let's see. Yep, but we need to do them all.
Okay.
So I didn't know amounts again. So he's crushing up graham crackers or any type of cookie you want to use. Each one we want to do, let's see, 100 grams. So 100 grams of graham cracker here per roll. The pistachios, it's 50 grams. Oh, Verna said something, but I don't know what she said. Willie's saying this is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. It sure does smell good. Okay, our chocolate is a good consistency. So I'm going to let you finish crushing those up. I'm going to turn this off, and then we'll move it over and add our other things. Some recipes I saw they were very different. If you look, some called for cooking a little bit and had egg in it. There we go. Got our cookie.
This is a simple recipe.
This is a little more simple. This one is a no bake recipe. So we'll hop over here, and I'm gonna pick this up real quick. It's not too hot, but it's kind of hot, so I'll do that. But if you want to step over here,
start adding our ingredients.
we're gonna start adding. So we want this to cool a little bit before the cookies go in. So we're gonna do that very last. So the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna add a tablespoon of milk. You stir, and I'm gonna. Or do you want to do that part?
I want to do both.
Oh, I got you. Here, hold the spoon because I need 2 of them. And I'm going to pour that. Because this is a half tablespoon measure here. So we want 1 tablespoon and 1 more. And this part, if you do when it's hot, it'll mix together a little bit better. That was your elbow typing, Verna said. Okay, so we want to mix in our milk. We want 1 teaspoon per salami there of vanilla extract.
Making milk chocolate.
This is a half, so I'll do 2. What's that?
Isn't this technically how you make milk chocolate? Or are you just taking dark chocolate and making milk chocolate?
Well, I don't know. Don't do it too vigorously. There we go. So we want 1 teaspoon there of our the first use, I believe, of our. Oh, careful! It's not this for me. There, one cook. So this actually we did use one other time. What did we use this for? Do you remember? We've used it once this year. And we have a bunch of these. But
I forgot.
remember when it snowed? What did we make?
We made
snow ice cream.
Yes,
we made some snow ice cream using our vanilla. That was good, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got our milk, we got our vanilla added to our butter and our chocolate. Now we want a pinch of salt, and you just want a pinch. The butter we did was unsalted, so we'll add just a little bit. Do you know how much a pinch is? That looks like a good pinch. I like a little more salt in my dessert. I don't know. So let's add. Okay, that's probably good. So you got a pinch of salt. We got 50 grams of our toasted shelled pistachios. Move over, Willy Wonka. Matt and Casey are taking over. We are. Make everyone dizzies. All right.
Well, now we've made.
So we got this all stirred.
Now that we turned dark chocolate into milk chocolate, and now we turned them into milk chocolate covered.
I don't know if that's how you turn it into milk chocolate. Maybe.
Well, it's like a simple version.
Now what I'm doing here is you want it to come down in temp a little bit, like I said, before you add your cookies. Otherwise, they get mushy in there. And so we're just going to let that cool for a quick second here. You'd have to chop the nuts to eat it. You know, I thought that too when I first looked at it, and you certainly could. However, we're going to slice this like a salami in kind of thin little slices. And so the cookies and the pistachios all get sliced anyways when you do it. And so, careful.
I'm sorry, I keep hitting it.
You do. All right, is it cool enough, do we think? I'm going to move the camera here, and I'm going to set up our next area. You keep doing what you're doing. Just see some messiness. That's all right. Okay. The other ingredient we have here and that we need is some confection sugar or powdered sugar. I didn't have any, and I don't know if this is how you get it, but this is what I did. So I just took some sugar, and we do have it. Spicy Mom is saying I couldn't find it, so I think I just made my own, but this seemed to work on the other one. So I got some sugar. There we go. Powdery. Don't add them quite yet. Let me come check here real quick because let's let it cool just a little bit more, and we'll bring it over here to add. Why don't you? Is it starting to thicken? Let's see. Got that? All right. Let's check then.
Just barely though. Like you can start to see.
Okay. All right. If you want to add them, we can go ahead and add them in.
I'm just gonna wait more for a sec.
Okay.
So satisfying just to squeegee it off.
It smells wonderful. All right, I'm gonna dump them in. You stir.
Yeah.
Got it?
Oh well.
Powdered sugar is ground sugar. Oh, and cornstarch. Okay. Well, ours is a little different then. So maybe you'd want to use. Oh, we probably have a little bit of cornstarch.
Did we have enough chocolate, Dad?
Yep. So I know it doesn't look like it. I thought that when I first did it too. And we'll just use this sugar. When I first did it too, I didn't think that it was enough either, but it is. Huh? No, this will work just fine. I tried one last night, so. Okay. Yep. And it's still pretty melty. That's okay.
That's why I was saying we should wait a minute.
Yeah, we probably should have waited another minute. I think you're right. All right, that's okay. We're gonna let that sit. Next step is we're gonna make it into a salami or a sausage style. So we're gonna need some plastic wrap. I don't have much, so you can also use parchment paper if you'd rather. Or
Why
something
didn't you
like
just
that. Okay, and we're gonna dump our mixture kind of in a log in the middle there.
Dump it right in?
So I'm gonna hold the bowl, and we kind of want to make like a log shape. That's what we're going for. See, and it didn't look like enough, did it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now you can lick that. Maybe not the bowl. Maybe lick the spoon. Spicy Bob's in there saying, "Oh yeah, yeah." Okay. So what we want to do is we want to make this into a log shape, more or less. And this is pretty. We should have let it cool quite a bit more.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So we're just gonna roll this up, and then we take our ends and we give it one of these. Watch. Ready? Yeah, it's still pretty runny. That's okay. We got some TV magic here. So normally you'd want your chocolate to come a little bit more to room temperature. Oops, before you add and you roll. And if you let it do a little more to room temperature, then it's going to be easier. But this would work. This is going to work just fine.
These chocolate covered roasted nuts are actually kind of yummy.
They're kind of yummy. All right, just a sec here.
Chocolate covered roasted nuts.
Okay, so we're going to take our chocolate salami, and I just put it in here. And this is going to go in the fridge, and it needs to refrigerate for 2 to 3 hours. So you got that? Somewhere in there? Yep. And 2 or 3 hours.
So we have a wizard on hand?
No. Yeah. No wizard. Wizards aren't good. Okay. Right? Ta-da! All right. So a few hours later, and we're going to go ahead and unwrap. Oh, I forgot. I did double wrap these with the cling wrap just to get that shape a little bit more. And when you twist it on the ends, it kind of gives it this salami shape. So you kind of get that. Now, right now, it does look like, what's that look like to you?
Fresh log.
A fresh log. It doesn't look too appealing right now, right? So we want to make it.
I'd still just take a piece of. I just take a paper towel and go.
Well, this is where we're going to make it look more like a salami. So we don't want to get it everywhere, but let's go ahead and powder it.
So should we?
Yep, just you can dump it on there, however you like. We're going to cut this one up. So fresh dog food, yeah. That's what everyone put on there. All right. So we're going to make it look a little bit more like a salami, and let me show you how. All right, try not to bump the camera. And while you do that, I'm going to rinse my hands. And we got one more step here. So we want to get that nice and powdered. That kind of gives it that outside look like a salami has. So get it all covered.
It's snowing. It's a Christmas miracle.
And then we're going to take some twine or string, and we're going to wrap it up like a salami.
Now I take the rest of the power tree.
Okay. So let me wrap this real quick.
I gotta wash my hands.
Yep. Go ahead and wash your hands. This is something that you're going to want to refrigerate. It doesn't just melt, it holds like chocolate chip, but you're going to want to refrigerate.
So the reason it froze so fast was because our refrigerator my refrigerator is the world's most powerful refrigerator.
Is that why it did it so fast?
Yes. It takes 10,000 watts an hour.
Okay, so I'm going to tie this up like a salami, the best I can. And then you want to open up, well, we'll do it just a sec.
Do it.
Just a second. Grab those scissors, would you?
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Okay, go ahead and cut. We're almost to the trying part, okay?
To the what?
The trying.
Yippee.
Yippee. Do you think it's good? Spicy Mom says. Do you think it's going to be good?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we do it like this.
It's really easy.
Yeah, it's real easy. It's no bake. It's pretty quick. And this you could even give as like a gift if you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
That's All right, let's see. So, oops. We're gonna wrap it all up when we're not. And we'll cut our strings off. And then you can put this in like a plastic bag or maybe wrap it in parchment paper like you'd get a salami at the meat market, right? Or the butcher shop. So you got it like this. And now it doesn't look so much like a turd as it was put. See, there we go. So we got our chocolate salami. And let me grab something here. Okay, so this is one we have. And so I just have it nice wrapped up in some parchment paper like that. As like a, we give that like a gift. And this is what it looks like here. So this one we're going to go ahead and cut though. So just a second. Let me clean up for a moment. I'm going to turn the camera on you. And we will try it out.
I'll try to grab a knife.
You want to grab a knife? Ooh, I got to flip this camera around.
Do we need more of a bread knife or more of a...
Nope, you're not as serrated. We'll need another one. You do get chocolate all over your fingers doing this. Just a sec.
That's what the powdered sugar is for.
Yeah, it helps with that. Let me get us set up here again.
I've got a big knife.
You got a big knife?
Big knife.
All right, that will work.
Turn it to my hand.
Okay. So we got it. We've unwrapped it. Oh, here, you hold this. Your hands are all washed and on. Hold it, pick it up. There you go. There we go. Okay. And so we're going to want to, wait. We're going to want to move the string because it's just there for look, right? And we want to cut a thin, just that side. We don't have to take it all off.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're just take it off and we're going to cut. And you want to do a thin slice. Kind of like not super thin. Watch your fingers. Got it?
I got it.
Well, there's, oh, cool. All right. So let me show, or why don't you show? That's pretty neat looking on the end. So that's why your nuts are going to get cut there. And we're going to, what do you think? Let me go a little bit to the spice them out. That's so good.
It's almost like a sweet cookie.
You could slice that up. Yeah.
Like a sweet, crispy cookie.
Yeah, so the cookies
Like it's less
are kind of crunchy almost.
It's like less of a chocolate And the nuts almost make it. The graham crackers.
The nuts are, oh man, I don't know. It just blends so well together.
So the graham crackers kind of makes you think like it's like a cookie, and then the nuts gives it more food, and like the chocolate.
And the sugar.
It's just it all fits.
That's
so
the winner.
perfectly.
Chocolate salami. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah.
Nope.
We should make this every Christmas, like a tradition.
This is that's delicious. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick.
I'm going to take the rest.
No, leave it there.
No.
We're gonna look at chat for a sec, and then we're gonna take a bite. So we are right about at our half an
How
hour.
many grams of sugar do you think is that?
It's a lot of sugar. All right.
This is at Christmas.
Hey, Fire Tube's here. How are you? There's a new one for you. So from what I saw, this comes from either Italy or Greek.
Yeah. Well, we made 3 of these, Dad. Well, we have one refrigerating.
Yeah.
We have the other one.
Well, you can easily make a bunch of them.
Yeah, but now that we have 3 of them, Dad, we gotta eat them over the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are gonna hop off. That is kind of our short stream this morning. Time to make chocolate salami sandwich. Ooh. You guys have a great one. Go ahead. And so we got a whole lot going on. People are celebrating all kinds of different things this week. That would be good in s'mores.
Oh,
So make sure you guys are safe and have a good week. We plan on going live next Saturday night on our normal one. I don't know if you'll be with me, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's the plan. Other than that, you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you. You know what this would be really good for?
What?
Be really good as like a substitute for any chocolate bar.
A substitute for a chocolate bar?
Like for s'mores.
You can even make them into little chocolate bar sizes and do your own chocolate bars and wrap them that way. Yep.
It's like chocolate. You can do so much stuff.
Merry Christmas for a blessed day there, Willie. Thanks for showing up, Firetube. It's good to see you.
Bye.
You guys all have a good one. We'll see you later.
Stay strong and do the thing.
Where's the end? Oh, there it is.
Chocolate salami.